Yeah, you want my job?
Nah, I don't want it.
You're definitely looking forward to the media being in the locker room again, right?
Nah, you know what? We gonna be running from y'all. You know how we do. We hide in the back.
Another degree of normalcy, though.
Yeah, no, it is though. I mean, I appreciate it because it's just cool. You know what I'm saying? It's something I'm used to. When we didn't have it, you tend to miss it. So it's like, yeah, y'all got a tough job to do, but when stuff change and it's out of the ordinary, you definitely miss certain stuff. So yeah, welcome back.
At what point this offseason did you know week one was going to be, I guess you would hit it, that you'd play week one?
You know what? I think around when I did OTAs. When it started, I didn't know how I was gonna feel at first, going full speed because it's different when your peers are around. And yeah, I mean, I started to gain confidence right there, and it started to build every week. And after that, it was just like regular. It was just all about sharpening my technique and making sure that I started to making sure that I control what I could, and that's my effort. And if I wasn't feeling right, let them know, because we had a long process before we got to the training camp. But man, it's been cool. It's been definitely a great training camp, great schedule. Love what's going on right now, and just trying to stay healthy and stay positive about everything.
As the schedule came out and you saw it was Detroit, did it mean even more?
Oh yeah, I just said it, man. It's so funny how things work out the way it do, and you look up and like, man, I played at Detroit coming off an injury, and I'm gonna be able to play in that game. And I didn't get to play last year when we played in Detroit, so to start off with the first one, it's gonna be something special in front of my home crowd, coming back from an Achilles injury.
This is probably a week early to ask, but what do you think of the other #1 draft choice coming into the league, defensive end from your alma mater?
Aiden. Oh, man, I worked out with him this offseason for the summer for like a couple days before I got back to Michigan, and, man, he looked good. I mean, just looking at Hard Knocks, I was watching Hard Knocks and just seeing his rushes and stuff like that. I know he's going to be ready, and, I'm excited to see our line against their line, and, it's going to be definitely some good competition. Just can't wait to see, I'm always rooting for the Michigan guys no matter what, just so they can get their individual stuff. But, of course, we want to win.
What do you think of Deuce on Hard Knocks?
Oh, Deuce look good, man. I mean, Deuce is being Deuce. I miss his voice. I appreciate him so much because he definitely helped me during some tough times too. Just keeping the positive, and I mean, somebody that I feel always he don't have that fake energy. It's always just like me, just happy, ready to go, and just want to make sure we maximize the day.
Brandon, what are the pros and cons of like an old school Andy Reid training camp versus a modern day Nick Sirianni training camp?
You know what? The times is changing every year. I mean, and every new CBA is been getting better as far as practicing and making sure that you're just not overdoing it. I mean, I believe in getting in your work, but sometimes it's like, man, you can really burn yourself out. And I think it's a long haul. We got 17 games now. I'm sure one of these days it's going to be 18. So, you got to make sure you be smart, because you want to make sure that your guys get through all 18 and get ready for the postseason if that's what your team is doing. So I think we got a great schedule. We got a great staff with Ted and those guys. Man, I'm telling you, like, my body, I feel so good. I just can't wait to go out there and, see exactly, how everything holds up the first game, because I feel like O-line, D-line, we doing the same thing we normally would do in training camp. It's just probably not as many reps as probably we done cut down 10 plus extra reps that we normally would do, and now I feel like we move a lot faster even in those reps, because we know we don't have as many as we normally would to try to just make it through. I feel like a lot of guys empty the tank because they know it's not as many, and we can't get those back.
Who else going to be there?
It's going to be a lot of people. But just know I ain't got them tickets this year. I say y'all better go on Ticketmaster, because everybody and their mama definitely hit me up. So excited for that game, and it's just cool the support that I get from Michigan people at home. And but I think a lot of people definitely done bought their tickets and just excited just to have us in the house.
You've had a chance to go against Lane Johnson for so many times now. What was your reaction when you saw he wasn't on 100?
You know what? Just keep working, Lane. Like, they going to keep being that underdog, pull that underdog mask out, when you out there dominating people this year. And, I know that we sharpen each other. And like I tell him, it's like, man, you ain't going to see it. You ain't going to see it like you see it up in here. So, hopefully, they start to see it when you start locking up these guys again. So I just think he just got to continue to just keep proving himself like he do. It sucked for him, but I know that, he got a great mindset about it, and he just gonna keep working. He just come to work every day, and man, some days I don't be feeling like going against him, and we be, having our battles, but that's just the respect I have for him because you can't halfway do it with him, and you gotta make sure you go 100%. Just like even in my case, he know I'm coming just as much as I know he's coming.
A few weeks ago, you said it's year 13. You want to play till year 15. A lot of players fizzle out. What's the secret for lasting this long?
You know what? What you just said, the schedule changing. I came up under Andy Reid, and Andy Reid ran a hard training camp, and it was tough under that old CBA. But he was just, really weeding out the ones that didn't want to be there, and I understood that. And I think as a young player, man, that was the toughest. When I first got here, I remember me and Nate Allen sitting in the hot tub before the practice, and it was just like, man, I can't believe that we've been doing this 2 weeks straight, same practice, 3 hours, and then another 3 hours. And it's like, you really have to take your mind there. And I think it's so different these days now where, I feel like I can play as long as they allow me to play. And if I start to see myself falling off, I'm not going to be scared to just say, you know what, it is what it is. If that was this year or next year, whatever it is, I just feel like I'm going to be real with myself and just make that transition to take it to the next level of whatever else I want to do. So, yeah, I think it's just a new day, and a lot of guys going to probably play longer than normal because of the type of scheduling that we go through nowadays.
If you play the next 2 years.
I'm sorry, at some point in year 4, year 5, did you think about what the next thing was going to be, or was it always, I'm going to play this double-digit years?
You know what? As I started to creep up, then it started to be more, man, I'm going to play these double-digit years. You say you want to play a long time because Ray Lewis was my guy growing up, and so to see him play 17 at one place and me already at 13, man, I just couldn't have dreamed that, because it just don't happen as often. And I know a couple times during them periods of not knowing if I'm going to be back or not, I just was like, man, I'm just thankful for the opportunity regardless. And, man, I think for me, just trying to make sure that, I pour into the guys because you just never know what's going to happen, what's on the other side of whatever adversity you go through and stuff like that. But just make sure you keep a positive attitude through it and always take the high road, even when stuff didn't go like you thought it should. And so I think a little bit of my attitude and a little bit of, a luck, got me to this place. And I'm just happy that, in the beginning, I just was trying to make plays and just trying to get that bus label up off me.
If you play, I think, the next 28 games, which would be even short of a goal of 7-15 season, you'd set the mark for most games played in an Eagles uniform. Is that something that means a lot, would mean something to you, or that you would strive for?
You know what? Definitely. If they let me come back after this year, man, I would love that to be able to, keep setting records in this organization because, I mean, man, top-notch organization. I'm so thankful for them because they done changed my life. We got a ring together here, and hopefully we can, end on a great note, whatever year that is. So hopefully this year we ended on a great note, get us another ring, but we got to put the work in each and every day. And, we just got to take advantage of the opportunity that we have right now with a lot of guys here that's really good, but we got to keep sharpening each other.
When you see the young guys in the preseason games, like along the defensive line, like guys like Teron and Marlon and Milton and those guys, I mean, what do you tell them about the preseason results not being maybe what they would have liked, but as far as getting ready for the season and their roles? You know
what? Seeing these young guys, man, I mean, you start to see a little bit of the writing on the wall because these boys are all right. Like Patrick Johnson, Teron, man, them boys been getting better every day. Just taking the coaching, just seeing them, the technique get better and better, and me just pouring into them guys to try to help them every chance I get, letting them know, like, in order for you to keep playing fast, you got to make sure your pre-snap reads, your film study. You got to make sure that you know your opponent better than, sometimes, and even knowing yourself, knowing where your weaknesses are, because they're going to be just as much on your weaknesses just as much as you on theirs. And so I just try to get them thinking outside of the box, other than, because I know it's so much that be going on sometimes that you can kind of lose sight of what's really important, and that's making sure that you got your technique down and making sure you know your opponent. And so,
other than maybe yourself, who would be the biggest star in Hard Knocks on this specific team?
On this team? Ooh, let me see. Who was the guy? I mean, AJ gonna be the guy, because that boy is a freak of nature. He look good.
How about Slay?
Slay. Yeah, there you go. There you go. I just couldn't think of who the one that who be talking just like me. Slay, for sure. Yeah, Slay. I think Slay steal the show.
Hey, Brandon, it's that time of year. Some guys aren't going to be here tomorrow. It's been a while since you had to worry about Travis Long, but do you ever give advice to some of the younger players when they're sort of uncertainty surrounding them?
Oh, yeah. I just tell them you never know what's on the other side. I mean, because you just can't see a lot of the stuff right now because it's not the results that you wanted, but you just keep your attitude right and keep treating people the way. Don't treat people how you feel. You know what I'm saying? Try to control your emotions as best as you can, and just know that something else is gonna shake. I feel like you here for a reason, and whatever reason that may be, you might figure it out later. But you might need somebody later on down the line that you done cross paths with, and they might know. They might be like, man, I like how you handle yourself during the little adversity. Come over here, check it out. You know what I'm saying? See if you like this. But I just always tell the guys, as long as you gave is the max effort of what you could do, that's all you could do, because you can't control what other people feel and how they feel, because you don't know their plan. So all you know is your plan, so just keep your plan the plan. If you want to play in this league, keep working. And somebody going to eventually, hopefully somebody either get you or you end up using this platform that you on right now to get you where you're trying to go. So I just try to keep them on a positive, because I see a lot of guys going to the cave and don't come out until they feel like, they finally at where they at. But I don't want people to hide. I want people to, keep living, keep on enjoying yourself, because we don't know when our day is gonna be over. So you want to make sure that you don't let situations dictate how you feeling or how you gonna treat somebody or how you just gonna go about your day. So I try to have them thinking about the positive, even though, sometimes in that moment you don't, that's not always the right thing that you want to do. You want to, you know how it go. You just want to feel bad for yourself and you feel like you're a failure, but really it's not that. It's just sometimes it's a numbers game, sometimes it's a money game, and it's always a money game, but it's always, who they have to, service first before you, and you just the odd man out, but that don't mean that it's over.
Right? Okay. Thank you.
Appreciate it.